setting is super fashionable at this time of the year, but for me and Ralph, there is one thing that I think if you don't do or be aware of on a daily basis, you're never going to hit the goals that you want. Check out this week's episode of MiTV to find out what it is. Hello, it's Emma Mills here and Ralph Mills, and it is officially Christmas, which we are very excited about, for a chance to recharge. The world slows down, so I feel like as a business owner, it's the one time of the year where everybody gets to have a break. And at the same time, everybody starts to think about goals and goal setting. And I promised that my MiTVs would be focused on how to make the most of these goals, the best way to do it, how to make 2023 what you want it to be. And that is not just necessarily about money, it's about time, it's about who you spend that time with, it's about what fulfills you. But I was thinking about how I would structure this, and for me there is one thing which overarches setting goals, achieving them. And this is about being congruent with yourself, keeping deals with yourself. In fag packet terms, it basically means doing the things that you say that you will do. And this episode is not about with the outside world, it's about with yourself. As I was planning what it looks like to help you to make 2023 even better, you know, we can all buy new stationery, write down our goals for next year, get a wall planner, get a flipboard, get like, you know, when you've got that fresh sheet of paper and you're kind of thinking and dreaming about all the things you want in 2023. We can all do that. And my upcoming episodes are going to be how to make sure the things you want happen. But as I was working this through, I'm very aware that the number one thing that moves me closer to the goals that I set for 2022 is doing what I say I'm going to do on a daily basis and not just going, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm not going to do it today. Now, without doubt, I probably nearly every other day have something where I'm like, I don't really want to do that right now, or I really don't want to go for that run right now, or I don't want to really have this team meeting because it's going to, you know, there's a lot that needs to go into it, or I don't really feel like having this call now with a customer. You know, we all have those things where we'd love to just be able to go, oh, I just don't really feel like doing that. But it's not just about, oh, well, I promised to do something, or I said I'd go for a run. So what happens mentally and internally inside your body, in your mind and your psyche, is that every single time you say to yourself, I don't feel like doing that, I'm going to pull my pajamas on. So fitness is an example. I'm going to pull my pajamas on. I'm not going to go for the run. I'm going to turn Netflix on and get something out of the cupboard to eat. Every single time you let yourself do that, it's like a minus tick in the box of your self-esteem, of your confidence, of your ability to achieve goals. It's not just oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Mentally, it pulls you back one step, because if you know that you're going to let yourself off on something like going for a run, and this is not about like hard discipline, hustle, it's just about the daily commitment that you are going to do it. Because every time you go, right, and fitness is the easiest example, that I had something planned in tonight and I don't really feel like doing it, but I'm just going to go home, pull my kit on, go and get it done quickly, and then enjoy the rest of my night. It's so much bigger than just going to the gym. It's that plus tick in the box of that Emma is the kind of person that she does what she says she's going to do. This is like a mental agreement that you have with yourself, and it weakens and strengthens depends on every single time you either decide not to do something or you do it. And you might be like, what are you talking about in terms of this mental like positive and negative of doing things that you say you're going to do? Every single time I go, I really didn't want to have this difficult meeting now at work, but I'm not going to cancel it, postpone it, I'm going to stick with it, I'm going to go ahead with it. And when you do it, and obviously you feel great after you've done it, but mentally this balance is constantly in your mind of, I did it. Emma is the kind of person that does what she says she's going to do, whether it feels a bit difficult, whether she doesn't really feel like doing it, she got it done, and it's a non-negotiable. And being hyper aware of that on a daily basis, like how often you go, oh, can you cancel that for me? I'm not going to do it. Or again, the gym is the easiest one, but can you, I was booked onto this networking meeting tonight, but I can't really be bothered. Every single time you let yourself off with that, you go backwards in terms of your own confidence in what you can achieve. And it is so applicable to you wanting to achieve what you do next year. You get strength from you delivering on the things you know you need to deliver on. Like, that's where it comes from. No, you know, I can say to you a million times a day, I think you're going to achieve your goals next year. I think, you know, you're definitely capable of doubling your business. You're definitely capable of getting more free time, spending it with the people you want to. External people can say it as much as they want, but the place where it really, really comes from, the confidence to achieve whatever it is, comes from you going, when stuff feels a bit difficult, when it feels a bit like, oh, you know that feeling, you go like, oh, I don't really want to do that. When that feeling comes up, it's fine. I get on with it. I do it. I prep for it. I make the best of it. I go for it and I do it, because those, every single time you say, oh, I don't want to do it, but yes, I'm going to do it anyway, your confidence and self-esteem and self-worth just keeps going up a tiny little bit, because you know that you are the kind of person that does what you need to do. And for me, it is such a massive part of achieving goals. Now, regardless of all the things that you have planned in that you might not want to do, good stuff comes from them. So if you don't really feel like going to a networking event, but you go anyway, you're likely to meet someone who at some point further down the line becomes a part of your network, that something good comes from it. I had earlier in the year, there's been twice where I go to a networking meeting that's quite a long way away from here. It takes me 3 hours to get there. There's really fantastic people at it every month, but twice, and I go once a month, twice this year, there have been 2 occasions where I, in the morning, before I'm about to catch a train to go, I've been like, I really don't want to go. I don't feel like it. I'm exhausted. I have really despised not wanting to go in the morning, but each time I've gone, okay, just get your stuff, get on the train, do some work on the train, get there. And each time I've had a really amazing event, and I've met somebody or that I can either help, or they can help me, or they're a part of my network, or they've introduced me to someone. But before that, I could have quite easily gone, oh gosh, can we get a refund on that train ticket? I really don't feel like it. But I know that every single time I let myself off, it's easier to do it the next time, and it's easier and it's easier. And all of these things chip away at your internal self-worth to be able to deliver and create the life that you want to do. So for me, and I have a daily check-in of even just mentally, like last night, did I really want to go to the gym? You know, it's Christmas, I'd rather make a gin tonic and sit and watch a nice Christmas film and eat a mince pie. Like, it's that time of year, I'm like, I just want to do nice things. But I know that if I don't do the stuff every day, that gets me closer. So like one gym workout isn't going to change my body, but the compound effects of them happening every day, I know I just need to go and do them. And I can't just emphasize enough that this, for me, is the biggest part of achieving what you want to do next year. Checking in with yourself daily on, am I about to say no to something? I'm about to turn something down. And I totally get that making time, you know, using your time in wise ways is very, very important. So not just like booking events in all over the place or making appointments, but being committed to stuff that you planned in for a reason, and then just like letting yourself off is really, really detrimental over the long term to what you want to achieve and who you want to be. We're going to get stuck into a bit more practical stuff in the next few MiTV episodes, but I just want to make hyper aware of this. If you're not already, and I'm sure lots of you are like, no, I know, I do what I say I need to do. But for those of you who easily go, I'm just going to pull my comfort on tonight and not do what I need to do, it's one of the key parts of getting the life and the business that you want. So I hope this now festive episode of MiTV, although not so festive because I feel like I've just been lecturing you, but I feel like this is a really important part of moving forwards and actually then getting the flipboard and the whiteboard and the planning of what's next year is about. So I'll see you next week for episode 208. See you then. Bye bye.